it's nice, I'm sure, to win the last regular season home game on your floor like this.
It was a nice tribute having all the former players come back. I'm not so sure we played our best. I think we were a little frenetic on offense early, but you know, and at the end of the night, we did make our free throws a little more than we had in the past, and it was just it's a good ending because I think over a long period of time, the work ethic that the kids bring. That's the thing I've always most impressed with, the preparation and the practice time and getting kids ready. And I think, you know, that's what I hope my legacy will be for kids.
Bill mentioned to me, Mike, how what always impressed him about your teams was how hard they played, and you kind of alluded to that. How do you get kids to do that all the time?
I think we developed it, I think, early on in my tenure from the standpoint of just that with small blocks of time, 5 seconds, then build it to 15 seconds to 30 seconds, and I think part of that has evolved over, you know, just my growing up in the city and having, you know, to sit on a bench at the park until I got my chance to play against a lot bigger kids, a lot faster kids, and kids who could run and jump higher, run faster, jump higher. So I just felt like I didn't want to come off the floor. So if I was able to work harder and hustle more than any other player, that I had a chance to stay on the floor or on the park. And I think that part I bring to the table when I'm working with kids.
There's no question that this team takes on the personality and the great personal characteristics of you, Mike. You've been a great friend over the years, and I will miss you personally because you do such a great job. But beside the fact that I don't think your team ever plays down, I've always been impressed with the great preparation that you bring to the table. I know you and your wife are always out scouting. No one outworks you. No one out-prepares your team. And you always seem to have a game plan, and I thought Dylan Miller summed it up best. You're a great coach as a great teacher. And why don't you just tell us a little bit about that in terms of your coaching style?
You know, my best teachers, of course, were my mom and dad. My dad raised 7 kids. His top salary is $10,000. Worked 37 years in the railroad, and I would travel with him on cold January days out up on the St. George's Railroad Bridge to the right there, and he would kind of teach me about you know, what work meant. In terms of care about the players and love, I know that comes from my mom. She's 89, has a pacemaker, you know, just got off diabetes medicine, and she's with us tonight here. And I'm just thrilled to be able to have her have the opportunity to see me coach, you know, during this last phase. But I really think the preparation comes from the fact that, you know, I was taught to do your best as long as you can. And if you need a break, you get a break and you get right back at it. You don't, you know, if you get knocked down, you get up. If somebody else gets knocked down, you help them up.
How are you feeling right about now? Is it kind of sinking in that, you know, the games are getting shorter for you?
I was just talking to the kids downstairs in the locker room. Right now in the state tournament, as you get ready to play, there will only be a handful of 24 teams who believe they can advance and survive. 24 of us will be in there, but I think it's going to be a matter of getting a little bit of luck at times, but being ultimately prepared. And the margin for error for Salesianum right now is not big. We've got to play our best basketball, and this 7-game winning streak certainly puts us in that position. Although we didn't play well tonight, we're starting to do certain things that we are able to get it done. I'm confident that we're going to play our best games ahead of us, and we'll see where the journey takes us.
Mike, there are 2 things that I've noticed a little bit differently this year. Number one is you've gone to probably, 90% of the time with your 3-2 zone, and you're included in the half-court trap. And also, I think you've done a great job of developing the slightly shorter bench. You've got 8 guys that I think can come in and play interchangeably. And I think that really puts you in a great position going into the state tournament. Your bench development and the fact that you can play a zone defense. And to play a great zone, as we already talked about, you've got to be able to play great man-to-man.
And we don't practice the zone as much as we practice our man-to-man principles every day. The thing that causes us trouble is that 2 of the guys who are out there a lot of the time are not real tall. So, you know, the other night at your place, it was an example. Sean was able to shoot over top of Chris, you know, for those couple threes. So we had to make some adjustments. And while I'm a purist and love man-to-man, I'm also a realist and know that at times it keeps our bigs out of foul trouble. At times it allows Dylan's length to alter what teams want to do and how they want to get into their offense. So we extended that some. It's paid off most times. You know, we didn't do such a great job with it against Tatnall, but we may see them again.